episode 25. This is the Dandin and RJ Machismo podcast. This is Dandin, and my homie RJ Machismo won't be in today, but he wishes he was here. Today we got a special guest hailing from the UK. We got the big homie Mark Murray, aka the Throwback Store. First and foremost, sir, how are you doing today?
Good, good. Looking forward to, although we're going to talk hoops, I'm actually looking forward to the Super
Hoops,
Bowl.
yeah, hoops, and sports apparel, which I see, in your background and your shelf,
Yeah,
and hanging in your wall. You got two goats in the
yeah,
back. So it's an honor to have you. I've been following you. Me and Art have been following you on social media. You have a big following as far as being like the number one seller in the UK for NBA jerseys specifically. That's predominantly football,
yeah,
men, soccer. So it's just crazy that you're the only person, like very few far in between, that you are like a hoops fanatic. You are Philadelphia 76ers fan. We'll definitely
yeah.
touch in later. So first and foremost, Mark, tell us more about yourself.
Well, where do I start? So, the reason I like basketball, I'll go into that, was I used to play football and I hurt my knee and I couldn't play football for a couple of weeks when I was around about football being soccer. When I was around about 15, so I just went to the park and started shooting a basketball because I had nothing else to do. I couldn't kick anything. I couldn't do anything. So I was just shooting free throws, chasing the ball, coming back, shooting free throws because I couldn't really kick anything. And then from there, it was just life just changed completely from there. I just found something. I'd always kind of watched it, never really played it. And then after that, it was like that was life. Then that was like, and none of my friends played it. None of my friends were into basketball, so I had to kind of find other friends who kind of, obviously in America, I'm sure everybody either likes basketball or football or baseball. Like we didn't have none of that back then. So yeah, and that since then it's just been jerseys and sneakers and yeah, all sorts. Just kind of immersed myself into the culture of it all, which I loved. And being a Sixers fan and a massive Allen Iverson fan, he was the culture for a long time. So yeah, it's been a bit of a ride. It's been a bit of a ride, and then ended up having an online store, which is still now I'm like a little bit like, I can't believe this is actually a thing that I've done this. But yeah, yeah, it's been crazy, crazy.
That's awesome. So what part of the UK are you from, Mark?
I'm from a town called St Helens, which is in between Liverpool and Manchester.
Okay.
So I kind of went to the Manchester side, and I'm a Manchester United fan.
There
And then
you
all
go.
my friends are Liverpool fans, and there's the big rivalry there. So yeah, uh, massive Manchester United fan.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. So second question for you. What got you into collecting jerseys?
I think, well, do you know what? Like, there's no other sport like basketball in that jerseys are a fashion thing. It's like you can rock a jersey. Whereas, like with football shirts, like soccer shirts, it's becoming a little bit more fashionable now. But back in the day, nobody really rocked that to be fashionable, or even American football shirts. Like nobody rocked NFL jerseys, but NBA jerseys were just always cool. You've seen people like even still like Rihanna and Jay-Z and Drake, and like I was really into hip hop as well. So it was like you were seeing people like Cameron and like all these rappers wearing jerseys. It was just like that. That was it. That was it for me. It was like the fashion element of it. You can rock your team, but still look cool at the same time, which is that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, especially like the 2000 era, right? That's when it
Yeah,
like big, the Michelin nest was just booming, the
yeah,
oversized jerseys, the pinwheel,
yeah.
newer era fitteds, and you had to match the
Yeah,
shoe.
that was it.
It
Yeah, yeah,
was a time, it was a time that it was fashionable. Even like Mariah Carey wearing that Wizards, Jordan dress in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, that
yeah.
became fashionable too.
Crazy. It was a crazy time. I think that for me, that's my favorite era. A lot of people say like they love like the 90s because it was tough. You had all these superstars, but that early 2000s with like Iverson, T Mac, Kobe, like that was it for me. Like that was it. I was like immersed in basketball from them then onwards. Like, and the Sixers were decent then as well. So that was
There you go.
nice.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, back what? I mean, AI, he was killing it. Like, when you guys went to the NBA Finals in
Yeah.
2001,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
MVP. And back then people were like immersed with Allen Iverson because he was different. He defied
Yeah.
authority. He made baggy look cool. And that's
Yeah.
the reason why there's a dress code now, thanks to
Exactly. Yeah, he was the dress code, wasn't he? That was the reason for it all. But I think you had Allen Iverson, and that's why you've got the likes of the Russell Westbrooks now and the James Hardens and like all those guys, because that fashion thing, it wasn't there before. Nobody kind of dressed like that, and Iverson kind of put his spin on it. And rappers wanted to dress like him, and that was never really the case. And then now you have all these guys who are really fashionable dudes in the NBA, and it's amazing how far it's come in that 20 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, we lived in that great era where like, jerseys was cool to wear. Now, I mean, now it's like today's it's just, once in a while if it's like a sporting event, you'll wear it,
Yeah,
but for
yeah,
you and for me, it's like a lifestyle, right? It's like
yeah,
part of
yeah.
your lifestyle.
Definitely part of my lifestyle. Basketball is my lifestyle. Like when I meet new people, they're like, "So what do you do? Like, what do you do? What's your hobbies?" And I'm like, basketball. Like that's it. Like I'm staying up late watching basketball. If I'm not here, I've got like a storage unit with all my stock in, so I'll be there. Like it's basketball's everywhere. I can't move for basketball. I've got a signed "White Men Can't Jump" poster on my wall
Wow.
downstairs as well. So yeah, it's just everywhere in my house is basketball.
Wow, that's awesome. So White Man Can't Jump, is that like one of your favorite movies, like
Oh,
basketball movies?
yeah, yeah. Like White Men Can't Jump. I think my top three, Space Jam, definitely, because that kind of opened my eyes to basketball. Uh, White Men Can't Jump and He Got Game. I think
Oh yeah, he got
that's my
game.
three.
That was like first time you've seen like not just with Michael Jordan, but like Ray Allen in the lead
Yeah,
role. I mean,
yeah,
he was okay playing Jesus Shuttlesworth. That good. Spike Lee gave him like a few lines, but
yeah,
it was believable. Especially it
yeah.
was a basket. He wasn't portraying something that he's not.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And Denzel was just
Oh
Denzel,
yeah,
wasn't
definitely.
he?
Yeah,
Killed it.
awesome. So what was the first jersey that was given to you, and what was the jersey that you bought for yourself?
My first jersey was a Kobe jersey that my mum purchased for me. So there was only one store in my town that sold jerseys, and it it was Kobe or Jordan, and that's all we could get. So my mum got me the Kobe jersey when I was like really young, and I wore it and wore it and wore it to the point that it like ripped down the side because I'd wore it that much. Like I was wearing it every day. Like, yeah. So that was the first one that I had my eye on, and I was like, "Mum, can you get me that?" And then I've got gifted a jersey. Oh, I'll tell you which one it was. My cousin who lives in Philadelphia, he sent me over a authentic Mellow rookie jersey, Carmelo Anthony Nuggets rookie jersey, but it was like a size 52. So it was like that big. And I
Yeah.
eventually just had to put it on the wall. I had to put it in a frame and put it on the wall. But yeah, it was huge. It was like, it come. And I was like really looking forward to it. It's like, I've sent you this jersey, and it arrived. And I was like, it's like a dress. I can't wear this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was dope jersey.
Wow. So it's funny, like you had two jerseys, right? Like to pick. It was either a Jordan or Kobe.
Yeah, that's
A,
it.
a lot of people, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 would say, "Oh, I want Michael, I want a Jordan jersey." You,
Yeah,
on the other hand, you got a Kobe jersey, which is unheard of,
yeah,
like at that time.
yeah. But he was young, wasn't he? I think I could relate to him a little bit more because he was more my age,
Yes.
as opposed to Mike was kind of at the end. Do you know what I mean? And Kobe was kind of at the beginning. So that was it. It was Kobe, and then he ended up kind of coming to the finals and beating the Sixers. So I was like, oh, we should have got that Michael jersey now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure you were torn apart because you're a Kobe fan, and then you're
Yeah,
playing your Philly team in
yeah.
'01. So it was like every time he was giving it to AI, you're like,
I didn't know what to. I know. It was like lose lose every time. It was like
yeah.
what? But
Except
yeah,
for that game one, when
yeah. I know. AI went off in game one.
54, is it 50? Yeah,
Yeah,
54. Yeah, it's wild,
crazy, crazy.
crazy. All right, so next question for you. You got a store called the Throwback Store. So how did you get first started? And tell us more about your business.
Oh, it was kind of luck in some ways. So I was selling some of my old jerseys on eBay. There was ones that was kind of at my mum's that I didn't kind of want anymore. Really, they were just hanging around, and my mum was like, "You need to get rid of these, or else they're going in the bin because they've been there for like years now, and you've not touched them or anything." So I was like, "Oh, I'll put them on eBay." And I've always been into jerseys, and into basketball, but kind of in and out. Like I'd have spells where I'd be really, really following it heavy, and then there'd be times when I'd kind of not be following it so heavy, and then it'd kind of go like that. And then I got these jerseys and I put them on eBay, and they sold for like ridiculous amounts of money. Like I was like, wait a minute, like there's a market here. Like let's see what I can do. So it was like I think I sold 8 jerseys. I think it was at the time. I made quite a bit on them. I think it was around about £500, which would be like $700.
Wow.
Uh, and then I just invested that in buying more jerseys, like going to kind of like thrift stores here, anything on eBay, anything on any kind of social media thing that I could find, like Marketplace, and just invested that money into it. And since then, that's all I've done because I've got a day job as well away from this.
Right.
The reason it's grown so quickly, I think, is because I've just reinvested the money over and over again. So any profit that I've made, I've just reinvested it again and again, and then it's got to where we are now, which is crazy. And I've never had to put any more money into it. It's just kind of done itself. Yeah, so that's just how it worked. And then the Throwback Store is just a Throwback Store now. It's like just a part of my life, and people know me as Mark from the Throwback Store. I'm not just Mark anymore. It's like, do you know Mark from the Throwback Store? It's like you can use my surname, you can use Murray. It's fine.
No, it's cool. I mean, it's nice that you're known as your business
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
your name. Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
oh, this is Mark from the Throwback Store.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's what it is.
Does that like boggle your mind? Like that's how you're recognized nowadays?
Yeah, yeah. It's like when we go to events and stuff here, like they have like NBA London and like events like that. And I see people and they don't know me. They just know the Throwback Store. So like when I get introduced to people, it'll be like one of my friends introducing me to somebody else, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's Mark from the Throwback Store," and they're like, "Oh, I follow you," and like that's like a conversation starter. Otherwise, they won't know me. I'd just be like a faceless. It's just some other guy until you say it's Mark from the Throwback Store. I'm like, "Oh, I follow you. Like I love this and I love that," which is really nice. It's really good.
That's awesome. So like you were saying that you um so with your Throwback Store, you said you've reinvested yourself. So where do you get like your apparel from, your jerseys from?
Everywhere, everywhere. Now, a lot of it, in the past, it was kind of like trying to find stuff online and in thrift stores, and then we're in the middle of a pandemic here, so the thrift stores are all closed now. Everywhere's pretty much closed here at the moment, uh, so it's mostly online. But because the Throwback Store's got so big, and the following is kind of got to like 20 odd thousand on Instagram, like nearly 12,000 on Facebook. People come to me now and want to sell their jerseys, or they're selling their collection, or they're selling this. So I don't really need to go and look anymore. It's like the jerseys find me now, which is cool, because I don't need to do all the work of kind of looking around everywhere. They come to me, which is nice.
That's crazy. So like, what was like the most craziest, um, you know, jersey that you've obtained like in your store or in your collection?
Oh, I've got. They're all here. This is my collection. So I've got a few. Like, this is the most recent one. This only come in like 2 days ago. This
Tobias
is
Harris.
yeah,
Wow.
a game worn Tobias Harris signed. So that's yeah, that's a gamer. Uh, my favorite jersey is that one, the Barkley
Wow.
Sixers. That's probably my favorite in my collection. Uh, yeah, like I've come across there's one that kind of passed me by. Was I got offered a Lou Will Sixers game worn jersey, and at the time I just didn't have the money, and now I'm like, oh, it's never gonna come back. I'm never gonna find it again.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone now. But hopefully somebody listening to this who's got one,
Absolutely.
can
Yeah,
hit
we
me
would
up.
definitely gonna plug you, plug you in. So,
Yeah, hit me up and
um,
let me know.
so what else jerseys are you looking for?
Oh, the Grail is obviously a game worn Iverson. That's what I've got, like a little bit of money to one side in case that comes on the market. Like, just so I'm correct. If that comes about, then I'll throw some money at it. But that is the Grail, like a game worn Iverson. And that'd be it then. The collection would be over. It'd be done. Once I've got the game worn Iverson, I don't need anything else. I've completed it at that point.
So like, is there like a certain color, like home, away, alternate?
Yeah, definitely the black one from the finals. I've got
Okay.
I've got the Mitchell and Ness one here.
Okay.
Uh, got the
Yeah,
finals
that's
Mitchell and
nice.
Ness one. But just a game one would be amazing.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely we're definitely gonna touch into jerseys later on. So considering like how you are living in the UK, it's predominantly football. Considering that you're saying that you're a Man U fan,
Yeah.
um, how and you're also a diehard fan of the Philadelphia Sixers. How did that
Yeah.
come about, and how did you become a fan of Philly?
My family, I've got family in Philly, so my cousin uh, lives in Philadelphia. So it was kind of, I was a Kobe fan, and then I kind of like went over to like starting to like Allen Iverson, because he was coming up. Obviously, they were in the same draft class, but he was coming. He was like, I loved Kobe, but Iverson was kind of elevating himself at that time, and people were like looking at him and going, "Whoa, wait a minute, this kid's like a superstar. He's gonna." So I started watching a little bit more Philly, and then my cousin moved to Philadelphia, so it was like, oh, it's perfect. Like, I'm gonna have to be a Philadelphia fan now. So like Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, like I kind of try and keep an eye on all of them, but obviously the Sixers more so. Like they're my team.
Wow, that's great, man. I mean, considering like you have a family, you have a cousin that's in Philly, that's just you have a place to stay, and then you guys can
Yeah,
like watch the game.
yeah. We
Um,
went last year, last November. Well, I watched 3 games while I was there. I watched one at the Wells Fargo, and then I watched 2 other games at Madison Square Garden. So I watched us play the Knicks, and then the Knicks play the Celtics. So I kind of got 3 games in on the trip,
nice.
which was nice.
So what's it like watching a game in the US versus watching one in UK?
It's it's well, but basketball. See, basketball here, like when the NBA come over, uh, it's different because everybody will go to a game regardless of who the teams are, just because they want to watch NBA basketball. So to actually be in Philadelphia, be at the Wells Fargo, in amongst all the Sixers fans, it was amazing, because it was like everybody was cheering for the Sixers and booing the Kings. Whereas here, everybody's just happy to have NBA basketball. So everybody's just cheering all the time. Doesn't matter who scores, doesn't matter. So it was nice actually having that home and away kind of kind of thing going on, which was
Yeah, it's
nice.
like neutral, right? Because like they're just
Yeah,
happy to see an NBA
yeah.
game in the
Just
O
happy.
the O2.
Yeah, yeah, in the O2, yeah.
No, that's awesome. So like, what's it like watching a game at MSG?
Oh, amazing, amazing. It's so big. It's so big. Like it was the first time that I've ever been there. So like I love boxing as well. So obviously I've watched fights on the TV and stuff. But actually to be in there and see it, I bet it's quite intimidating as a basketball player in there because they're loud Knicks fans. They're like, it's a shame they suck, but they're loud.
Yeah.
Anyway, whether they win or lose, they're still loud.
Wow, that's awesome. So like, so we can definitely touch into sports now. So you know, you're a fan. You follow, you know, you follow follow the team. You know, this season, like Joel Embiid is
I
your
know.
boy. Like he's MVP candidate. You
Yeah.
know, now you guys got a coach Doc Rivers that can. It's finally an upgrade to
Yeah.
what you had before. So like, how like what's your opinion on your team and like how far can they go this year?
I love what Doc Rivers has done, and it's what every Sixers fan has said since we got Simmons and Embiid together. Just surround them with shooters. That's all you need to do. Like we don't need anybody else clogging up that lane. Just let Simmons and Embiid go to work and surround them with shooters, good shooters, and that's exactly what they've done. Obviously, Tobias Harris, my guy, this season has been amazing. He's been that guy at the end of the game that we needed him to be. And then you've got Seth Curry in the mix and Danny Green, and yeah, it's just all come together. And all it took was just one. It didn't even need to be a brilliant coach. It just needed somebody to look at it and go, like, this is what we need to do here, rather than just working with what you've like last season when we brought in Al Horford and like tried to do all that. It was just like it's more people in the lane, it's more people in the way. Just
Mhm.
let Embiid do his thing. Just let Simmons do his thing. Like, don't surround. Like, we need shooters, and that's what he's done. And I think we can get to. I'd be disappointed if we didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I'd be really disappointed because I think we've got the momentum behind us at the moment. Embiid is as dominant as anybody in the league. Simmons is probably looking at being up there for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Uh, and if everybody can stay fit, I think Eastern Conference Finals, and then who knows? Once you're in the Eastern Conference Finals, anything can happen. Like
Wow, that's crazy. So, do you think you guys can compete with like the big dogs like, you know, Milwaukee, Miami,
Brooklyn, yeah,
Brooklyn is, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
the team that everyone's talking about. So,
yeah, yeah.
what's your
Well,
how do
we
you
beat
think you guys can fare out with them?
we beat Brooklyn the other night, and we looked good doing it. It's just Brooklyn, I think, might be their own worst enemy in that unless they can kind of get Kyrie completely involved and buying in, because at the moment it just seems like he's doing his own thing. It seems like James Harden's bought in, and it seems like KD is people who were kind of suggesting that KD might not come back the same player. They were wrong because
Of course, of
yeah
course.
he's been he's been dominant, hasn't he, since he's come back? But if they can get Kyrie to buy in, they've got as good a chance as anybody. Milwaukee, I always thought we matched up well against Milwaukee anyway. Uh, I've always said that. And Miami, I think we match up well against them. I don't think Bam is good enough to deal with Embiid at this period of time. Down the line, maybe, but just at this moment, the way Embiid's playing, I think we'd probably we'd beat them.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you guys played them like first round, I think when everything changed when Ben Simmons got hurt and then all
Yeah,
that burden went to the Embiid and you can tell he was frustrated. Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
was getting no fouls. He was getting his points.
yeah.
But
It's just everybody
yeah,
else
there
wasn't.
was no that bubble was just crazy. It was just like
Yeah,
weird.
so bad, so bad, and to get swept by the Celtics as well of all teams, like I didn't need that. I didn't need that. Not by the Celtics.
So who do you think is so aside from Brooklyn, who do you think is the like the other threat in the East that'll get out of the way?
Uh, it's got to be Milwaukee, hasn't it? They're going to be around about like I love Drew Holiday. Oh, I wish we got Drew Holiday. I'd have loved us to have got Drew Holiday. Uh,
You guys had him
yeah, I
before.
know, I know, I know. And I've got one of his jerseys there. I've got one of his jerseys that he played in. He's like one of my favourite Sixers. Iguodala, Drew Holiday, Iverson. They're like three of my favourite Sixers. But yeah, if we could have got him, but yeah, I think him and Giannis in practice, I think he'll bring out the best in Giannis. I think his defense every single day, it's like iron sharpens iron, doesn't it? And I
Of
think
course.
that will be massive for Giannis's development.
That's awesome. So another debate that's going on is like considering we're in a pandemic, they're asking if they're wondering if we should have an all-star game. So what's your opinion on that?
Uh, I think it goes back to money, doesn't it? Really, because players have obvious stipulations in their contract. If they do become an all-star, then so they were going to vote either way because they needed to vote for that reason because of the contract situation. Uh, but I understand what LeBron's saying in that he's not had much of an off season. He's kind of the turnaround was really quick getting back into this season, and you've told all these players that there's not going to be an all-star game. You have a chance to rest in the middle because obviously the off-season was so short. And now they've kind of, I think it's money, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Ultimately, it
They've
comes
lost a
down
lot of
to,
money, so Adam Silver, he's trying to find ways for them to make up that money because
yeah, yeah,
there's no fans in the stadium, which drives that revenue. Merchandise is okay, but you
yeah,
need merchandise for fans to buy to get to the arena. So
exactly.
that works hand in hand. That's why they're like, you know what, I think we need an all-star game because we need more, yeah, we need more
Money.
revenue.
Yeah,
People will buy our
which is
stuff because
understandable.
it's a LeBron, it's an Embiid, it's a
Yeah,
Steph Curry, those type of things. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy right now. Like the whole thing with KD, like a couple nights
yeah.
ago, like he had a, it's crazy. I just can't explain it.
It's
Like
strange, isn't it? It's just,
strange. They just pulled him out. Like what?
yeah, just for health and safety kind
Yeah,
of, because it's unprecedented, isn't it? So we don't really know what's right and what's wrong at this moment in time. It's just tried to keep everybody safe. Like I caught COVID in at the beginning of January, and I can tell you, I'm quite healthy. Like, and I couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks.
oh
Like, it
no,
was really, really bad. So I do understand from a safety aspect, you've got to look after your players. You've got to look after the league. It's a superstar run league, and like you say, revenue is key, and you need your superstar to be playing for people to watch, for people to buy the jerseys. So it's kind of like it's just a strange time. It's just a strange time right now.
definitely. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I'm glad you're fully healthy from COVID
Yeah,
because that's not a joke.
definitely not a joke. I can tell you, like honestly, it's such a strange thing, like how you feel when you've got it. Like, because there's a lot of people who haven't who get it and don't even have any kind of symptoms or
Really
anything.
symptomatic. Yeah,
Yeah. Whereas, like, I had like really bad pain in my back and like really bad headaches, and like it was really strange. It didn't feel like anything I've ever kind of had before. Uh, but yeah, I'm just glad I'm healthy, and it's that was over because it wasn't a nice 2 weeks.
well, like I said, first and foremost, I'm glad you're fully recovered from COVID, and I hope you and your family continue to stay safe out there because
For sure.
hopefully you guys, everyone gets vaccinated. Hopefully it rolls out
Yeah,
for you guys, this year. So
definitely.
yeah. So next question for you, Mark. What's the jerseys seem like in the UK? So like we are saying, there's predominantly football kits with Man U and going to the games and
Yeah.
um, is there a large interest of like NBA jerseys in the UK?
Yeah, it's gaining momentum. It's definitely gaining momentum. Like I've found, especially since the pandemic, because when the pandemic hit the UK, like when we kind of started shutting things down, was like April last year, like the beginning of April. So like we started closing shops, we started doing all that kind of stuff, uh, and it was really warm. It was really, really hot. So people were kind of just in their gardens, like chilling in the sun. And so I was getting loads of orders because people want to wear a jersey when they're outside. They want a vest. They want to wear something. So since then, all these people who've bought from me, I think they've kind of gone, oh, I'll like get into basketball now. And then they've come back again and again. So the scene is growing rapidly. When I first started, I was predominantly sending jerseys over to the States, which in my head was crazy in itself because a lot of them had already come from the States and I
Yeah.
was just sending them back.
Yeah, it's going from US to
Yeah.
UK,
And
and
then back to the US.
you're a business owner. You're going UK to back to US.
Yeah. Which is
Like,
crazy.
here you go. This is the jersey. You guys made it there, so
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm
That's
just selling it to
exactly it.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I'm selling predominantly here, which is just a strange like change that I've noticed over the last like year.
So are there like a lot of like jersey collectors in the UK? Because I know
Yeah.
like when I went to Europe, I met a yeah, I was in Europe like a couple years ago. My mother-in-law lives in the Netherlands,
Oh
so
yeah.
we drove up to Netherlands to Paris, and
Yeah.
there's one store like, oh, this is crazy, like, just like you, like it's just like unheard of. Like, you see, like, I see all these like football kits, I go to
Yeah.
the Nike football store, but I saw this one like jersey store. It's just like, I'm just like,
I
draw,
know.
like, game worn, authentics, champion replicas, Nike Swingman, the whole nine. It was like crazy. So, are there like any like jersey, like big time jersey collectors like you in the UK?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The game one kind of scene over here isn't as I would say it's not as big as obviously in America because the taxes on getting something like this over is huge. So the jersey may cost X amount, but then the tax on top of it kind of takes it
Uh,
over. Like, it's not at that point, is it worth it? Is it worth that much? But me, if I see something I like, I'm paying for it regardless. I'm like,
right. If it's an
that's
AI, tax
yeah,
me
yeah,
already.
yeah. Here, just take the card, just take what you want. It doesn't matter.
That's wild. So like, so are you friends with any like jersey collectors in the UK? I'm assuming
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you guys like have a network.
Yeah. Look, like loads. Obviously, I've got a Facebook group as well, the Throwback Store group, which has got around about 3,000, just over 3,000 followers.
Wow.
So that's kind of a group in itself, and predominantly, again, it's all people from the UK. So people just show off their jerseys, their collections, and it's nice seeing what other people buy and what other people have got. I show my collection off. I got like when I got this the other day, the Thad Young gamer and this, and just posting stuff in there for people to kind of see the collections. It's great. It's really good.
That's nice. So like, I mean, just like any other community, it's like, buy, sell, trade,
Yeah.
also showcasing your collection. So, um, what like have you posted like your entire collection? I think I've seen your website, but I haven't seen like your whole collection. So have you posted that yet?
So I've got an other Instagram page
Okay.
called the TBS collection. So all my collections on there because, like you just said, I get so many messages from people like, so what have you got in your collection? What's in your like what jerseys have you got? And all mine are Sixers jerseys predominantly. I've got a couple of Kobe's, the two Mitchell and Ness Kobe's from when they beat us in the finals. But apart from that, the majority of it is pretty much just Sixers gamers and Sixers jerseys and authentics. So that's all on there. I'll send you a link later, and you
Sure,
so you
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that you had a personal collection because I just saw like you have a throwback store. So I'm sure that's
yeah
like,
yeah
that's awesome. So you also have, like me, you also have a podcast called the Throwback Podcast. So
yeah
tell us more about it.
yeah. That was just kind of something that me and Ginger Shaka would do it with. Something that we'd been talking about for a while. Uh, just because we're kind of into the same things, like we're into sneakers, we're into basketball, we're into kind of the fashion, well, the culture of basketball in general, really. So on the podcast, we talk about any kind of any jerseys dropping on like Mitchell and Ness, or at the beginning of the season, we kind of we got some leaked pictures from Nike and stuff, and did that kind of thing that the new jerseys that were coming out for this season, like the classic editions and stuff. And yeah, we just talk sneakers, any sneakers dropping, everything really, everything. Like just the culture in general. Like we love the fashion aspect of basketball. We love the snapbacks. We love the jerseys. We love like you've got the warm up on today, sneakers. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's not just like X's and O's. We're not just talking about the games. It's kind of everything.
Nice. So you're also like, I didn't know that you were a sneaker collector. I'm
Yeah.
I'm casual. So what kind of shoes are you into? Like, what's your favorite pairs that
Well,
you have?
I had these on today.
Oh,
Yeah, I had
Johns.
the Wotherspoons on
Wow.
today. Yeah, just anything. Just the Travis Scott. I like the Travis Scott. I've got the Travis Scott ones. Uh, yeah, just hype. Anything hype. That's it. Yeah, I'm
That's
sold.
yeah, because you know what? It's nice that you like hype, but you wear the hype. You know, a lot of
Yeah,
people,
for sure.
yeah, a lot of people will just, we've had a people on our podcast that they don't like the limited aspect of it, but like what me and RJ always say, you buy what you like, no matter if
Yeah,
it's hyped or not, if it's a GR, like a general
definitely.
release shoe. So like what? So are you into like your Jordans as well? I'm sure like
Yeah, yeah.
AIs, Kobe's.
I've got AIs. I've got a couple of pairs of AIs. I've got loads of Jordans. uh,
Nice.
yeah, but not all hype.
Okay,
There's nothing cooler than just a pair of Air Force Ones, is there?
there you go.
The white pair of Air Force Ones. You're good to
Oh,
go.
can't go
So
white on whites. That. See
I've got
that's the jersey code. There you go.
I've
Oh,
got
whoa, those are
so
wow,
I've got somebody to make me some Throwback Store Air
wow.
Force Ones. So
Those are sick.
yeah, so that yeah, stuff like that. Anything. It's
Wow.
still hype. I'm going to claim that that's
Oh,
hype.
of
By the way.
course. Because Air white on white Air Force Ones, like
Yeah,
you were in the same, era.
yeah.
That was like the dress down to the jerseys, right?
Exactly.
Had
Nelly
you had
said it. Nelly was the one who
there
was
you
talking
go.
about Air Force Ones. That's
Yeah,
what it was about. That
the
was what it was about.
Uptowns. Absolutely. So you're into like Jordans too? Like what were your favorite pair what are your favorite pair of Jordans?
Uh, my two favorite pairs over the last few years. I wore the Space Jams a lot. I wore the Space Jams, and I wore the Travis Scotts. Like my Travis Scotts are like, I don't even want to show you them. I've worn them that much.
Hey,
They're like
that's what
three.
shoes are. Is it you got the
Yeah,
mid
yeah,
the
yeah.
highs or the lows?
The highs, the highs. Yeah, so they're the ones that over the last few years I've been wearing a lot of. I wear ones a lot, like I like ones. I've got the top threes as well, and I've
Okay.
got trying to think of the ones that I wear the most. Uh, and the bloodlines. I got the bloodlines as well.
Bloodlines are clean. Those
Yeah,
are underrated.
yeah. Very underrated. You can wear them with anything.
Exactly. Just like the Sean, like the Sean Weatherspoons, like Air Max,
Yes.
97 ones. So now we're talking about sneakers. Like, are there any the sneakers that you're looking for?
Oh, hmm. Always. I like. There's always something. There's always something I want to get my hands on. I've got the yellow Pharrell Human Races. I want the
Oh,
red
those are nice.
ones. I want the red ones. That's something that I've kind of always kept my eye out for if I could see them. Because I wear a lot of red, being a Sixers fan and a Man United fan. There's
Yes.
a lot of red. So yeah, they're just something that are just automatically fit in with my wardrobe. Whereas yellow is a little bit more difficult to pair with
Of course.
anything.
Of course. So did you get the question ones, the Kobe question ones with the
No,
LPs?
they didn't release over here.
Oh,
We only released in the States, so
okay.
I didn't I couldn't get hold of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the States, so if let me know what your shoe size is,
Oh, for
I'll try
sure,
to help you out, man. Because
for Sure, I appreciate
That's
it.
like best of both worlds. That's a Kobe and an Iverson all in
Yeah,
one.
exactly. That's. I definitely wanted that. I just didn't. Like I say, they didn't release over here. Some things just don't release
Yeah,
in the UK. So, like I said, and then the taxes trying to get it over, it's like
yeah.
it's ridiculous at times.
Is
So,
that one shoe that you're willing to pay the tax on?
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
then we'll talk, man. We'll talk. We'll
yeah,
talk
yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
after. We got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get that. Let's get that done.
absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely go network. All right,
Cool.
so this is the best part of the podcast. So show us your favorite and rarest jerseys that you own, Mark.
Okay, rarest. Probably the Barclays pretty rare that I showed before. There's not many of those around. I've got a jersey that is rare, random, but rare. Is I've got a Brian Shaw gamer, Sixers gamer. He didn't play that
Wow.
many games for the Sixers, and
That
then he went to the Lakers and then beat us in the finals. So it's like, what are you doing, Brian? Why are you
right.
killing me? I've got an Eric Snow gamer as well.
That's crazy.
Uh, that's a nice jersey. I'll go two more because I could go all day.
Yeah, yeah. This is your floor. Anything you
Uh,
want to show,
I've got,
show them all if you want.
I've got a Chris Humphreys Sixers
Oh
gamer.
my!
So that was just
it takes a real fan to get that jersey.
yeah. Well, I just like Kanye West, and it's kind of the closest I'm going to get to Kanye West.
to Kim, right?
Yeah, that's it. So it's like Chris, Kim, Kanye. It's like
There you go.
yeah. I've got an Elton Brand, a signed Elton Brand gamer. I met
Former
him.
GM.
Yeah, I met him in at MSG when I was over in MSG and got a picture with him.
Nice.
Where here? So that's the Drew Holiday one that I was talking about before.
That's sick.
That's signed, and it comes with a really cool story. This,
Oh,
so I bought this from a guy on a jersey group on Facebook, and when it came, it come with the certificate of authenticity and everything, but it also come from with a letter signed by Tyronn Lue that it had come from his personal collection.
wow.
So that was really, really cool. So the jersey signed by Drew Holiday, and then I got the letter from Tyronn Lue stating that it was from his personal collection, which was, it's like 2-in-1, isn't it? So that was cool. This is one of my newer ones, a Jeremy Grant, who's having a great season this year in Detroit. I kind of got this at the right time. I think it's only going to go up in price the way he's playing at the moment. And this is one of my favorites. This is a Sergio Rodriguez gamer.
That's wild.
So yeah, there's some of my favorites, and then the Tobias Harris that I got the other day.
You have an Embiid jersey, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I've got. It's not a game worn, but it is authentic. I got this at the.
I like that one.
Yeah, I got that at the arena when I went watching them last year. And I've got the Simmons as well. Oh no, that's a Johnson. So many. I've got
show them all.
Simmons.
Yeah, show them all. I like that one.
And that Amir Johnson game worn jersey as well. He wore that when we beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, in a game in the playoffs. Yeah, I think that's it really. Everything else is kind of. This I like this color. This is a John Solomon.
That's nice. Oh, yeah. John Salmons. Wow.
Yeah. That's a gamer as well. So many. I've got the away, a Reggie Evans to this. That's signed. Yeah. It's just predominant. It's just all Sixers jerseys, really.
Yeah. So, like, are there any aside from the AR? What else? What Philly jerseys are you looking for?
The Lou Will that I didn't get. AI. I want an Iguodala, but I've not found one. just yet. A Kyle Korver.
Corvus, nice.
Yeah. And any kind of the old ones, like I want a Moses Malone, I want just anything I can kind of get hold of
Yeah.
from that era, because we were like Dr. J. But trying to get hold of any kind of authentic or anything like that it's a lot of money. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
'cause
money.
you only do authentics, right? You don't do like replicas or swingman.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I did for a long time, but I've just sold some of my personal collection to kind of fund this
Right, right, right.
and this. So yeah, I've kind of turned it over. So all the kind of replicas and all the kind of screen printed ones we're now into like the game ones and authentics.
Yeah, I mean we're kind of in the same boat too, because like I like the authentics, like pro cuts. Very rarely I'll have like a swingman or a replica. It and it has to be like something that's unique. Like
Yeah,
what I have on is a Rod Strickland.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this one is a
Rod is a
champion. Like
player.
yeah, so
Rod is a player.
yeah, so like I copped it for a steal. Like, and I'm never gonna see one ever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
because every time I see one, it's either a Jawan Howard, Chris Webber.
That's all. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all. Yeah, that's all you really see. They're the popular ones,
yeah.
aren't they?
My kid, because I've been hoarding like Washington, because I'm a Bullets Wizards fan. I've been
Yeah,
hoarding like jerseys for him. So like when he'll play
yeah,
basketball, he'll be in a Jawan Howard like Bullets jersey, and then his
yeah.
basketball shirts are like, look at him, they're like, what? How old is your dad? Like it was crazy, and like he'll wear like a Weber #2 jersey.
Yeah.
Like he has a I'm waiting for him to grow into it. He has a Mark Price Bullets jersey, a #15.
You don't see
I'm
many of
waiting.
those
I'm waiting, and
around.
then he has a Rasheed Wallace later on.
Oh, I love Rashid. I love Rashid.
That's cool, man. So yeah, that's and you have an impressive. So how many Sixers jerseys do you own in your collection?
Including the ones on the wall and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna say it's got to be upwards of 50 now.
Wow.
Got to be. Yeah, it's got to be.
So let me ask you this: like, you like the authentic. So, like, what's your opinions with like the Champion Authentics versus the Reebok Authentics to
The
the
night.
Nike OG to
Yeah.
the current Nike Aerosol? Like, so how do you compare and contrast on like those, and which one is your favorite like type of material?
I like the Adidas personally to wear. Obviously, you don't really wear gamers, but I had to come correct today. Obviously,
Of course.
yeah. I like the Adidas. I like the Adidas. I think they're the most comfortable to wear in the authentics. I think the Champion are a little bit like, don't know, it's a little big and thick.
The shoulders, right? The big Philly shoulder ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think Adidas are probably my favorite. I do really like these. These to wear are brilliant. They're really thin. Like there's not much material to them. They're really comfortable. Like I really like these jerseys, the new Nike ones. Obviously the quality's not as good as some of the older stuff, but to just rock, if like just an authentic or whatever, like I think they're cool. But yeah, definitely the Adidas. I think the Adidas fit really good. The Adidas Authentics are really, really nice. So I'd go with those definitely.
Nice. So like what's your advice to like people that want to start up like an NBA collection or any type of collection, whether if it's shoes, sneakers, jerseys, like how would you advise them to do it the right way?
Do it gradually. Don't try and get everything all at once. Like I tried to do that. Like all the jerseys that I had as a kid that I kind of got rid of, I tried to get them all back, and you can't. And you're constantly looking on eBay. The way to do it is just let them fall. They'll come to you. If you keep looking in the right places, eventually they'll come to you. You don't want to be going kind of chasing after things. Some things you'll never find, and you're just wasting time and effort. But definitely kind of take it slow and figure out what you want, because I'm forever seeing people buying swingmans, say, and then selling them on to me or to anybody else in order to get authentics, which figure out what you want to do. I'd always save a little bit more money, get an authentic, because when you get it in your hand, the quality,
Yeah,
it's plain to see, whether it's a Champion, whether it's Adidas or Nike or the older run Nike. I do love the older run Nikes, actually, to go back to what we were speaking about before. But yeah, like, let it come to you. Don't go chasing. And always, always, the other thing with authentics is they hold the value a little bit more than Swingman. I think, like, Swingman jerseys, soon as you take the tags off, the value's pretty much gone. So whereas authentics there'll always be somebody who want to buy an authentic for
man,
sure.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, like you've got an awesome collection. You know, really appreciate that. So I wanted to show you something
Yes,
because
yes,
we're in the we're sharing stuff. So as you know, like I'm a big Gilbert Arenas fan.
yes,
You had
yes.
you we were talking like, yeah, buy my Gil jerseys. I was like, man, I got the stuff that you got already, but you know, maybe down the road, maybe.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for
So
sure.
I got this. I met him. I met him last January. He
Yeah,
was doing when Kobe passed away. He wanted to become a basketball teacher like he
yeah.
did. So my kid was on the local news. It was just crazy to this day. And he signed like all my jersey stuff.
Oh,
So,
amazing.
yeah. So the number one of the couple of things I wanted to show is the 2005 NBA All Star jacket.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, so this one is the Houston patch,
Yeah, yeah.
and this was his first game in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it has his name, you know, Arenas with the Wizards patch. And the cool thing, like, he signed the sleeve.
Oh, awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
What a guy. What a
yeah,
guy.
he was a real cool dude, and like he just lit up when I had a book bag. Like, Gil, can you sign my stuff? And he was like, "You're the
He's a
only one
jersey,
that I've seen someone like wear." Like I was talking to him for like 30 minutes, like
he's
straight.
a huge jersey head though, isn't he?
It
Like,
was, yeah. He gave them away like not too long ago,
yeah,
most of them.
yeah. Yeah, he had
So
like thousands of gamers, didn't he? That, like,
absolutely,
crazy,
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I'm
So
always tagging him. I'm always tagging Gil in kind of stuff
yeah,
because he's quite he's good on social media.
he
So
is, he
eventually, I'm
is.
hoping that I might get a reply or he might
He will,
share.
he will. You know, in time he will. So another jersey that you had at your store is the gold one, right? You had this gold
Yes.
jersey. So this jersey means a lot. This is the one where he scored 60 on Kobe.
Yeah.
So and then I told him sign the back. And I told him, hey Gil, can you write something for me? And he was like, what? Can you put 60 points on Kobe, like on the jersey? And he started laughing. And everybody in California were like looking at him like, yeah,
Is he gonna do this?
people forgot like I scored 60 on Kobe. So he
Oh, amazing.
he wrote
Amazing.
60 on Kobe.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this is like an awesome yeah, this is like one of my grails. This is like your the grail that you
Iverson
have.
jersey.
Yeah, so this is your Iverson.
Yeah.
And one last thing I wanted to show you. I actually just got this December. Um, and this is in lieu of the 60 points. So this is an Adidas box, right?
Yeah.
It says zero.
I
It
did.
says zero, right?
Yeah.
So I've been looking for this thing for a long time since he scored 60, and it's the 60 pointer.
Oh man, they're so clean, those, man. They're so
There's
nice.
Agent Zero right there.
Yeah.
So never
Amazing.
been worn. This is actually his sample. This is his size. This is a sample size.
So potentially they were made for him.
This is made for him. Yeah, this is a 13 and a half, which I'm a 12. Like I will never like ever wear it.
You have to wear thick socks.
I will never wear it, man. I mean, you know, this is something that you don't come across.
Yeah,
It,
that's definitely a grail
yeah,
right there, isn't it?
it's crazy because like there's quite a few guild collectors you know that I've met, and we were actually I bought this on eBay, and like you were saying, like you do what you got to do. So I did what I
Yeah.
did, and he was actually kind of salty, like yeah, he kind of looked at me like, I mean, you know, that
You've
was
got
your
to
chance too.
you've got to
So
do what you've got to do. Once you throw,
exactly,
if you want it, you're going to pay for it.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't pay that a crazy amount, but it was
A little
reasonable.
bit more than you'd have been comfortable paying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I eventually accepted it, as a
Yeah,
package.
yeah. I
So,
do that all the time. Like I
yeah,
do it, I buy something and I go away and I go like, oh, should I have paid that much? And then in time, it kind of wears off and you're like, it's really, we're here, we're on
yeah,
Earth. It's only money,
yeah,
really. You know what I
exactly.
mean? If something makes you happy, you can't
Yeah,
put a price on it, can you?
yeah.
Really? So
Like the stuff that you have, the jerseys make you happy. This stuff makes me happy. You know,
exactly,
eventually when like I'll pass it on to my kids. So
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So last question for you, Mark. Ask me a question.
So, have you got any? Do you collect any other jerseys other than like just NBA or Gill? Like, do you like soccer? Do you like American football? Do you like baseball?
Yeah, yeah. I like all sports. I'm not a big fan like of European football, but I do watch it. I do watch English Premier. I
Yeah,
like watching like Arsenal and like
yeah,
Liverpool, Man U. So I remember like watching it like early in the morning because that's like the first thing that pops up for us because due to the
yeah,
time. So I mean it's competitive. Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
especially like World Cup. I watch World Cup.
Oh yeah, the World
Football,
Cup.
considering today's Super Bowl. I'm a diehard, Washington like fan, like Redskins or what it was before.
Yeah, yeah. Washington
Wizards.
football. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did all right, didn't they, this year? Like, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
they did all right. Yeah, I mean, they went to the made the playoffs, but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't do so much. Hockey, Capitals. I wasn't a
yeah,
Washington Capitals fan. Alex Ovechkin. And then especially like Wizards. Bullets
yeah,
fan.
for sure.
I'm a huge like Washington Bullets fan. There's a couple things I'm looking at too. Just like you, I'm like, should I pull the trigger? I'm like, no, I can't. I don't want to like, you know,
Yeah,
set myself back. Like,
yeah,
man, like this is. I don't want to have like buyer's regret kind of thing. So I know
definitely.
down the road, if it's there, if it's for me, it's for me, right?
That's like I was saying before. Sometimes it's better it just falls in your lap rather than you going finding it. Like
Exactly.
sometimes that's like it's like this jersey. Like somebody just messaged me and said, "Oh, I can see. Obviously, you collect Sixers jerseys. I've got this and I'm selling it." So I was like, for sure. Like, what's the price? That's the first thing. It's like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but what's the price? And the price was good for what it is. So it's like for sure. And he's having a great season as well. So that was in the back of my mind. I was thinking, if he gets in the All-Star game this year, the price of the jersey might
It'll go up.
shoot up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was going to show you a couple of my other jerseys
Go for it. Yeah.
that I've
Let's
got.
go it.
A couple that kind of mean something to me. So the first one I'll show you is obviously you're not a massive Premier League fan, but this is a West Ham jersey,
Wow.
right? And Declan Rice, who's the captain of West Ham, he also plays for England as well. He's bought a couple of jerseys from the Throwback Store and he sent this out to me to say
That's
thanks.
crazy.
Yeah, so it
Oh
just says to
man.
Mark, thanks for everything, top man. And he signed it and sent it through, which was nice. Really nice guy. Like, obviously, supporter of the Throwback Store. I've also had Isaiah Thomas buy from me, but he's not sent me anything through yet. So I'm just gonna wait for. I'm just gonna keep mithering, like keep shouting at IT, like, come on, I need one of these signed Celtics jerseys or something.
Yeah.
The other one is this.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, because Vic and Iverson were kind of like
Yeah,
the
they're in
same.
the same era. Yeah, that
Yeah.
2001,
And he was a
2002
little
era.
bit,
Yeah,
yeah, he was a little bit outspoken as well, and
of
he was
course.
a little bit different. So I got the Vic jersey. I've got an authentic Phillies jersey as well,
Okay.
which uh, which I found in
Yeah.
a thrift store in Philadelphia. Uh,
Wow.
So I just got that just because I was like, I've got Eagles jerseys. This
Yeah.
is my favorite Eagles jersey, and it is a swingman, so don't be too disappointed in
No,
me.
it's okay.
Uh, it's a Ajayi jersey, obviously
Jay
because
Ajay. I was gonna say like Brian Westbrook.
no.
That's
Well, he's
crazy.
English, isn't he?
Yeah,
So
he
he's
was.
from the UK. So I had to kind of rep him, and being an
Of
Eagles fan and
course.
him being from the UK, I had to rep my guy. So yeah, so there's some of my other jerseys and another basketball jersey that I've got. is this Fenerbahce jersey.
Whoa, that's sick.
And it's signed by the full team after they won the Champions League. So it's like a funny story. My cousin, who lives in Philadelphia, he was telling somebody he worked with that that I'm a massive basketball fan, and he was just like in conversation. He was like, "Oh, my son plays basketball," and he was like, "Oh, does he? Like, where does he play?" He said he plays for Fenerbahce in Turkey, and he was like, "Oh, great." He was like, "Do you want me to see if I can get him to send over a jersey for your cousin?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah." So he messaged me. He said, "I don't know if you've heard of this player called Eric Green." I was like, I didn't really follow European basketball like that, but I looked online and he was like really, really good. So Eric Green sent it over, and obviously I just thought I was getting the jersey, but he also got the full team to sign it. And then they won the Champions League that season, which was good. So that's kind of a more personal one for me, which is like a bit random, but just a great memory that like there's nice people in the world.
Of course,
Like,
of course.
yeah, so that's it, I think. In regards to jerseys, that's kind of they're just some of the other random ones that have got that aren't Sixers.
And you would never sell any of your Sixers jerseys, right?
No, unless it's dependent, isn't it? If a certain jersey come on the market, like if you found like I don't know, like a game worn Dr. J, and it wasn't so astronomically priced, some might have to go. Some I'd be looking at these going, wait a minute, we can get rid of that one. We need the Dr. J in the collection, just to kind of get the funds up. But it'd be difficult to get rid of any of them now. They're like the children
Of
at
course,
this
of course.
point. Yeah.
Especially that Barkley one,
Yeah.
that's something you can't see nowadays.
Yeah, no, you don't
32.
really see
Yeah,
those.
that's awesome. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on. It's been an honor having you on from the UK. Yeah, yeah. Do you want to plug in your social media and your business info?
Yes. So the website is www.thethrowbackstore.co.uk. Instagram is at the Throwback Store. Twitter is at TTBS UK. Facebook, the Throwback Store. The Throwback Store group is also on Facebook if you want to jump on that, because
Sure.
that's great for jerseys and all things like in the culture. I've got an app, so go to any app store, search the Throwback Store. That's got all the social media stuff on there, the podcasts on there. Yeah, and the Throwback Store on YouTube as well. So yeah, go and follow, do all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's a pleasure having you on. Continue to stay safe out there, and we hopefully next time we talk, you're going to build up that you'll have an Iverson jersey, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. That's the next. When I get the Iverson jersey, I'm coming straight here. I'm coming straight to your
Yeah, there you go. Break
podcast.
news.
Yeah, and that's
Break
going to be
news.
breaking news. Breaking news.
There you go. There you go. All right. So this is Dannon and the RG Machismo podcast. This is Mark Murray. You guys have a nice day.